Hey guys, welcome back to Being a Jeanne Claire, where we celebrate all things that I, a Jeanne Claire, love. And today we are celebrating my love for my Sisterlocks. So we are doing my 4-month Sisterlocks update today. Wait, no, wrong. 4 week. 4 week. Where did I get 4 months from? Hey guys, welcome back to Being a Jeanne Claire. Listen, 4 week, 1 month, not 4. So I have been officially sisterlocked for 1 solid month, 4 weeks, well, 4.5 weeks as of the time of this filming. Is it 4.5 weeks? Yeah, about 4.5 weeks. My weeks start on Wednesdays and today is Sunday. So yeah, 4.5 weeks. Anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys how the journey has been going so far. Like I told you, I'm not going to bring you weekly videos because I haven't noticed much of a change from week to week to week, other than I think it's frizzing more every week, so it looks bigger every week. But in terms of actual change, I think having more time in between filming sessions will actually bring about something more to talk about with respect to my hair. And yes, we have some things to talk about. So over the course of these last 4 weeks, I have been doing mostly what I'm supposed to do. I spritz my hair with my little water concoction, which is basically a water, what do I use? Vegetable glycerin, a castor oil, rosemary, frankincense, and lavender and tea tree and peppermint. A little tiny bit of that in the water. I know oil and water doesn't mix, and I don't use a mister. I actually just use like a little spray bottle. I think it was like a spray bottle from something else that had something in it that I've been using. It's a little tiny bottle. It fits in my pocketbook. Okay, so here it is. It's just this little tiny bottle, and as you can see, all of the oil kind of sits right there. So that's about all of the oil that I use. This is all just water. Like I said, guys, oil and water, they don't mix. However, I shake it up and whatever comes out, comes out. And the reason I use this instead of a 360 sprayer is because I don't want to like saturate my hair, because I have been having slippage. And I know you would think, well, if you're having slippage, Jeanne Claire, why are you still putting oil in your hair? And it's because that's just what I'm doing. You don't do it. You shouldn't do it. It's just what I'm doing. I don't spray a ton of it. And as you can see, let me see if you can see how it missed out. You see that? It comes out like really wide as this big mist. And I just spray it kind of close to the root, and just really kind of get I'm really going for my scalp and not like my actual locks. So most of the times when I do spray it, my hair is kind of like this. But I also use this to mist my face. Like when it's really hot outside, I mist my face with it. I mist my skin with it before I apply my lotion. I use it on my daughter's hair. I use it on my mom's scalp. My mom she's just finished chemo, and so her hair follicles are really starting to try to like grow her hair back. So I use this with like a little natural oil hair growth serum that I've been trying on her. So we're gonna see how that works out. But yeah, it's just a little something that I use, and I mainly use it when I'm right before I braid my hair, to kind of moisten it before I braid it, and then I braid it up. So I left my hair like this. Quite frankly, I wish I could say I left it like this for the video, but this is pretty much how I walked around town yesterday. because my hair, I think over the last couple of days, we were in San Francisco last weekend, and I tried doing a braid out and then just leaving it right for a couple of days, and like not tying it up, not braiding it down, just putting on my bonnet at night and doing this whole concept of just, just let it go and let it be free. My hair did not do well like that. like, I'll insert a little clip here where you can see where I was trying to look at it. But basically, leaving my hair out like that, it leaves it super frizzy, because the way my hair was established, I have about an inch to, I would say no more than an inch and a half of loose ends on on most of my locks. And where it's longer than that, it's pretty much where the heat damage strands were. So because of that, because of my loose ends, and because of the fact that my hair, when it was established, literally had 18 different lengths. So whereas, like, if your hair is kind of like locked from the root down to a certain point and it's mostly consistent, if you're going to have like frizzies, all of your frizzies are going to be kind of in the same general area. Well, for me, if I have a piece that's locked about this much and then this much is out, that part is going to be frizzy. And if I have a piece that's locked about this much and then this part is out, then that part is going to be frizzy. So with me having like pieces of loose hair on my locks all over, it is literally, it just looks like a giant frizz ball. And then I have like hairs that stick, you know, everywhere. And then, so I'll show you, like, and then I try not to touch these, the ones on my perimeter, because one, they're too short to do anything with anyway, but really they have all slipped out. like all of these little tiny locks, and this is with me not even touching them, they have all pretty much just slipped out. So I have just let them be, and there's just they're just, you know, some of them are intact, some of them, like this one is intact, but they're also so tiny and so short and so small that I really just leave them alone. Like, I don't bother them. Like, most of them, they're not like in the braids. When I have them, they're not really in the braids, they're just laying down. Because if you see, like, that's not really, it's like the end of it is in the braid, like that little strand, but for the most part the actual like base of it is out because it doesn't really reach anything. And so even like here, like these little tiny coilies, I don't do anything with them. They look like they're in the braid, but they're not. They're just laying flat because that's pretty much what they do. They're like little coiled up pigtails. So this is the area where I've had a good bit of slippage. I haven't had any slippage on the inside. So like in the crown of my hair, like in here, I hopefully having them braided, you can kind of see a little bit better, kind of the sections and what they look like. Let me see. Listen, I have been more gentle with my hair since I have gotten my locks in than I have ever been with my hair as a loose natural. Like this one, I didn't even put a little band on it because it just kind of does its thing. But yeah, so like this part of my hair is doing kind of really, really well. It's secure and nothing's loose, but the new growth is there, and it is, you guys can see like the new growth. And this is, I pretty much have like a fingertips width of new growth on most of my locks. So that is pretty exciting to see like how the growth was. It almost made me wish that I kind of colored my hair, which I colored my hair one time in college. My friend Katrina and we colored it. What were we doing? First of all, we colored my hair after we had spent the night drinking at a party. We were watching The Sixth Sense on a DVD. That was literally my first DVD when DVDs came out. And we decided to color my hair. Yeah, all of my hair pretty much fell out after that. I had like a whole bald spot in the center of my head. I had to wear like braids, and like it was bad. It was bad. I've never colored my hair since. So that was like definitely more than 20 years ago. So, but I feel like having color when you first get your establishment, it's like you can really see your new growth, right? Because you're not coloring anymore after that. So you can really see the difference in your hair growth. But for now, being able to kind of put my fingers in. But I'll show you guys, the biggest place where I've had slippage is the nape of my neck. And I'm really surprised about that, because when I got my test locks, listen, my test locks were like everything to me. Like I was like walking around like, guys, I'm getting test locks. But walking around showing around like it was a rat tail, right? But I had my test locks in for about 2 weeks, and my stylist was like, do not be gentle with them. Like, do what you would normally do, because I really want to see how your hair handles the locks. So I was swimming. I was like, okay, this is my last couple of weeks of freedom. It was the end of the summer. I was swimming, you know, I was working out, I was sweating, I was doing all of the things, washing my hair, I was doing all the conditioning. I conditioned my hair. My test locks stayed intact the whole 2 weeks. Like, she tidied them up for my install, but I think she had to take down a couple of them, but the others were literally like solid. So I'm not sure if she took them out or not. I don't feel like she took them out. She may have, I don't know. But I was like, oh, I'm straight. Like, I'm not going to have a ton of slippage, because my locks, like, my test locks went through it. Well, that's literally the area where I have the most slippage now, is where my test locks were. And so I'm going to show you guys, like, because it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So this is like this whole bottom row here, like not all of it, but like this right here, this is actually not a lock. This is just a piece of hair that I kind of twisted to kind of keep the box of it together. This is another one that came completely out. This one is next to one that came out. So like, I think, so these didn't actually slip all the way out from like completely unraveling, but they did kind of slip. I don't know, like, I feel like that's not all new growth. I feel like some of that is slippage. Like these are, this is just a little teeny weeny afro, right? Like these are out completely. Like those are completely out. And then it's kind of like mixed up with one that's kind of half in. I don't know. I was trying to preserve the boxes. So, but it's really just this bottom row here. So yeah, it's really just that bottom row that came out that had a lot of slippage. And what I was noticing is I do feel like I do have more slippage where some of them have completely unraveled, right? Like they are completely out. They are not locked. It is just loose hair back there. They're going to have to be, you know, when they're done, they're just going to have to be reestablished. But some of them, I feel like it's between the root of my hair and the top of the lock. There's so much space. It doesn't feel like new growth, like where the new growth is in the other areas. It feels like the lock is solid at the top, like almost like you can feel like not really a knot, but you can feel like where it stops. Whereas in those blocks where it kind of, the lock is still in place, but there's just more than a finger width wide space between the lock and the root of my hair. Those particular locks they feel really loose. Like when I try to put my finger in, it just feels really, really loose. So yeah, I talked to my loctician because I don't go in for retightening for another 2 weeks. So she wants to start me at 6 weeks. Like she kind of wants to start a little further out to see how your hair handles it before she does it like sooner in. But I did tell her, you know, just to keep communication open with her. I said, hey, I have had, you know, some locks slip, because also like when she sets her retightenings, I don't know if she's expecting, like if she's timing it based on, you know, just doing a straight retightening without repairs. So I wanted to give an opportunity in case I needed to do something different. So I said, you know, I've had a ton of slippage. I mean, it may not seem like a ton, but it's at least 10. So that feels like a lot to me. I've had a ton of slippage, and I don't know how you want to handle it. Do you want to do it during my retightening, or should I just come in for a separate session? Plus, like, you know, the first retightening is included. And so I don't, you know, I feel like that should be just that, a retightening. And so if she has to go in and fix a lot of things, and I'm pretty sure like it's all my fault and it's okay, you know, I don't want her feeling obligated to do that in that retightening session where it's included in the price, where she should just be retightening locks and not cleaning up my mess. Like, no, I gotta pay for that, you know. I created the problem, and it's on me to solve, you know, to pay for her time to fix it. So I messaged her and I said, listen, do you want me to come in and do it on my retightening, and we just add in like additional time from the retightening, or, you know, do you want me to come in? I'm going in to get my lashes done, and the young lady who does my lashes is in the same studio building as she is. So I was like, I'm coming in to get my lashes done. My mom's coming in to get her lashes done. So I'll be there Monday and Tuesday, you know, if you want me to come. And she said, yeah, just come by one of those days and she'll fix them. So basically I'm going to get repairs done this week ahead of my retightening. And then I'm going to be a good girl for the next 2 weeks. It's so that my retightening can be just that, a retightening session, and then we can go from there. So I am super excited, like looking at my braid out coming out, because if you guys saw, when you saw the video of me showing you my frizz, my loose ends were so frizzy and bunchy, and now they're not frizzy and bunchy. Like, now they look exactly how I want them to look. So that's a good thing, because I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be my hair journey. Like, if it is what it is, right? Like, at the end of the day, I will say, even with the frizzing and everything, still being able to get up and knowing that if I don't have time to do anything with my hair, I can do, even like for me when I was 4C loose natural, even putting my hair in a bun was like a problem, because it was like trying to gather all of that hair to put it back. And I have never been one to master those like beautiful, like you see the girls with like the big afro type hair and they have like the little thing around it and it just looks, I've never been able to master that. So the fact that I can't even do a simple kind of ponytail basically tells me like I need professional help. And so I am happy that I have that, and I'm very happy with my loctician. So I did ask her the other day when I was in there getting my lashes done a couple of weeks ago, which, as you can see, they're all gone. That was my first time ever getting lashes installed, and they were amazing, but I guess I wasn't used to them, and I just ripped them all out. And I'm pretty sure I ripped out half of my natural lashes when I ripped those out. And just, it was just like over time, I was like, oh, I don't like, I can't, like I didn't feel the glue in my eye. It was just when I touched it, which I shouldn't have probably been touching my eyes, but I don't know. It just felt weird to me. It was foreign. It's something that's going to take me a long while to get used to, but I really love the look. So I'm definitely going to try it again. Now my mom got hers done, and so her session should be super quick because she still has like 60% of her lashes still on, but she's been wearing lashes. Like my mom, when she was going through like her chemo, she would like be that lady who showed up for chemo with lashes on. She doesn't wear makeup, she doesn't wear all of that other stuff, but like she believed in like having like beautiful lashes, because she would put lashes on and it would like she put her whole face full of makeup. Like she didn't wear lipstick. Like my mom was just natural beauty. So yeah, so I was like super excited to, you know, for her to have the lashes. And I really love the young lady who did her lashes, because, you know, when my mom going through chemo, she like lost all of her hair. And I always knew, like, you know, you hear people lose their hair through chemo, and I've always focused on just the head. And it never occurred to me that when you lose your hair during chemo, you lose your hair during chemo. Like every single inch of your body, if there is hair, could potentially be a place of hair loss. And that included her eyelashes. And the young lady, you know, she knows my mom like wanted like the super fancy lashes. So she was very nervous because she used a smaller set of lashes because my mom's natural lashes were so thin and fragile that they couldn't really, she didn't want to chance the weight of heavier lashes. And the fact that she thought about that as she was like handling my mom versus just giving her what she knew my mom wanted, that just put a lot, that just made me have a lot of respect for her craft. And she's still learning, and she just started doing them. But my stylist is over, she's Marcia at Ebony's. Oh gosh, I'll put it in the description box below, but I know it's Ebony's in Goose Creek, South Carolina. And then the young lady who does our lashes, she's in that same building. And she's from Brazil. Yeah, she's from Brazil. She's beautiful. Everybody in my salon is beautiful. So yeah, so this is my braid out for today, y'all. So listen, I don't do a lot of complicated styles because I can't. I just can't. But this is pretty much it. I live in a side part. You see, it's definitely time to get a retie. But yeah, so here is my crown. And let me let you see it from the back again, now that the braids are out. So, you know, I have been pretty good about keeping my hands out of my hair, except for like when I'm trying to separating it. And at some point I just like forget it and leave it be. But I do try to pull a little bit from the top to kind of cover any of the empty spaces. But yeah, so the way that I section my hair, I always put this piece on top because this section of hair is really, really short compared to this. And so it always sits down and looks like a layer. And that's about as fancy as I get, guys. That's all I got in me. But the frizz, it doesn't look so frizzy anymore, right? Oh my gosh, so much better. Okay, so it's nice to know that I don't have to like have that super frizzy look all the time. Now, I live in humid Charleston, so the second I step outside, it's going to go whoosh. And it just is what it is. But I do comb out my loose ends. Those are a little tricky for me to comb them out because I can't just like grab a section and like comb out the bottoms because, like I said, like as you can see, like this one is really long. But then this one, okay, so, okay, I'm like proving myself to be a liar now because like all of these are kind of the same length. Okay, here we go. That one's a little bit shorter, you see? So that one doesn't go as long as the others. And then you have like these, these are just like super duper short. Yeah, and then you see this one doesn't go as long. So like if I were to like grab this section, as you can see, like all of the ends are just all different lengths. And so it's like you can't really just like grab it, comb it all out, because then you may be combing into the lock, which is what I don't want to do. I really just want to comb the loose end. So usually I'll just find like a little bit of it, and where I can tell like all of the strands in there are loose ends, just at the very bottom, I will like comb them out, and I will like kind of saturate that and spray it. And I do it after I've like kind of braided it, so that it's all the like the top of it is in the braid, and then I kind of really I don't like really wet a lot of the lock. Like, I mean, clearly when I'm spraying my hair, it's going to get some of the mist, but this part I will like kind of and get it like really wet. And that's just really to eliminate some of the frizz. So yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. This is my 1 month update for my Sisterlocks, and probably a little bit more information than you ever care to know. I go for my first retie in a couple of weeks, so I'm super excited. I will definitely bring you more information after I get my retie, so we can see like what it's looking like. But I am loving the fact that there's not a lot of scalp going on, at least not in the front. And I've always been one of those girls that's like, as long as the front looks good, listen, the front will be like bang bang cute, and the back would be like this. Like the back would look crazy. And for me, my back is always, so I have to try to figure out how I'm like let my mom start like putting a braid in the middle, so I can eliminate this kind of like, I have this like spacey parted area here. And that reason is because I don't know how, like, I can't really braid my hair like this to do a braid. So whenever I braid my hair, I have to kind of split it in half, and then I kind of braid it out from the side, and then I can braid it like that. But what that means is every time I undo my braid out, I have like this middle section where it's kind of like spaced out. So I may have to try to get like my mom to just go ahead and like do braids, like 2 or 3 braids in the middle, so that when I let my braid out, it actually looks a little bit more full and not like a big old butt in the back of my head. All right, guys, so let me know in the comments below if you are following along on this journey. What do you want to see? What do you want to talk about? And if you are a newly established Sisterlock client or a micro lock client or tiny lock client or person with locks that are smaller than average, let me know how it's going. Let me know what you're doing on your journey, and don't do what I do. Just don't. If you want to follow your loctician's orders, don't do what I do. I follow my hair, and I haven't had any itchy scalp. I may be hindering the lock process. I don't know. I may be causing my own slippage. I'm pretty sure of it. But I'm also willing to pay the piper to get it fixed. So, you know, I'll talk to my loctician about it. We'll come up with a game plan. As long as she's not going to fire me over it, I'm all good. I think that's the thing that people worry about. Like, is my loctician going to fire me if I don't do my... Listen, if you don't mind, I don't mind. If I'm paying you and you're good with it and you can fit me in, okay. Listen, I don't expect anything for free. But I also need to do what makes me feel good within boundaries. Now, I don't want to, like, listen, if my whole head was like unraveling and I was experiencing slippage like in the center of my locks, and it was going to cost me like the amount of time it would take to do a whole new reestablishment to fix all of the slippage, wouldn't be doing it. But if there are a few casualties to the process and my scalp is feeling healthy, I'm feeling healthy, that's what we're gonna do. So you disagree, don't disagree. We all have to do what works for our hair, and that's what's working for mine. So thank you guys so much for watching. I am so excited. It's time to take this girl outside for a spin, because she's been locked up in those braids for like 2 days. Because I wanted to film this video before I took the braids down, so I could take them down with you guys. So all right, talk to you guys soon. See you next time.
Baby girl, you're so fine. I can't get you off my mind, ooh girl. Now